Welcome back to QNN Sports. I'm Danielle Filardi alongside Everson Maciel, Quinnipiac graduate and also the owner of Everson Soccer Academy in Connecticut. Everson, thanks for coming. Can you please tell me a little bit about when you first fell in love with soccer?
I mean, it's first thanks for having me here. It's nice to come back to Quinnipiac and see, the school, the growth of the school and the programs, and it's nice to be back. So appreciate you inviting. I mean, soccer has been my whole life. I started playing at 5 years old, and it was a progress. Every year you enjoy good experience, good friends, and you start loving the game. And now I work with that. It's my whole life. Soccer. So.
What made you come from Brazil to Quinnipiac to pursue your collegiate career in soccer?
So Quinnipiac I was an older freshman, I would say. I was 21 in Brazil playing, trying to become a professional in Brazil. And a friend of mine, or the son of the president of the club that I was playing for, came to Quinnipiac. How he got here, I don't know, but he invited me. Coach saw a couple tapes and he invited me to join the team and come to the school. So that's how I got here.
Do you have a favorite memory from your time at Quinnipiac, or a specific person who impacted you the most?
It's hard to say. I felt, when I first came, my English, all the culture was so hard to adjust. But Quinnipiac, people at Quinnipiac, professors, people at the facility, people were everywhere, the registrar's office. So I was so welcome at the school that it's hard to name someone, but I think my whole 5-6 years that I was at Quinnipiac, it was amazing.
So after you graduated, at one point you were asked to join Team USA for futsal. Can you tell me about the call or the offer you got and how you felt in that moment?
Yeah, it was a long period. When I first left Quinnipiac, I graduated. I went play professionally. I went to Malaysia, came back, played in the U.S., and then make my dream come true. I opened up my own academy in 2005. So for 15, 16, 17 years now, we've been doing the soccer in the community. We're located in Woodbridge, but we do all over the state. And a couple of years ago, I got a call from the national team coach for futsal, which a game I grew up playing in Brazil. If you don't know what futsal is indoor soccer playing on the basketball court. And he called me, he's like, Everson, I know you're on the older side now. I was 42 at the time, and he's like, do you think you still can do it? I said, yeah, I'll train. I trained for 2 years, and this past year was a great experience that we qualified to the World Cup during CONCACAF, and we went play on the World Cup.
And do you have a specific memory? Do you remember where you were when you got that offer?
I was actually, I remember I was buying a car. I was closing to my car, and I got actually it was through somebody else. He's like, Everson, the coach, I want to see you in Chicago. I'm like, yeah, I'll go, train a couple weeks, train a month, and they'll go. He's like, no, you got to leave. I think he gave me like 2-3 days. And I'm like, oh, I haven't played for so long. So in the 2 days, I think I didn't eat anything. Tried to lose as much weight as possible before I got there. Then I went to Chicago, and our family, we always do, Halloween at home. So it was the first Halloween I missed. So I remember this. It was, I left on my daughter's birthday on October 30th, 2019. And then I went. So I remember exactly the moment that I got first call.
And you mentioned that your life dream was to open your own soccer academy. You did it in 2005. What was the motivation behind of that?
When I first came to the U.S., I never saw so many girls playing. It was beautiful to see in Brazil. They're so far behind on the women's sports, and I think all over the world, you see the girls being behind. So I coached. My first team was a girls team, and it was amazing how much they listen, how much they believe on that coaching, telling them what to do or asking them what to do, working together. So it was kind of like falling in love for, and seeing how soccer was being passed around here, I didn't see that much passion. And we come from, I come from Brazil, where passion is number one. If you're good, bad player, it doesn't matter. If you haven't developed, the passion is there. So my first summer camp or clinics that we did, I think people, that was the first reaction to the players, to the parents they were going, is like, oh, so much passion, we love it. So we kind of, that's how we become, I want to pass this along more and more.
And you mentioned the first team you ever coached was a girls team, and after you got back from Lithuania,
Yep.
you were hired as the Sacred Heart Academy, a high school in Hamden, head coach of their soccer program. Can you tell me a little bit about the decision to take that job?
It was, again, I always want to do, a little more, especially in the community. And I have my daughter coming up. She's an 8th grader now. So I got a call from Hamden, from Sacred Heart Academy in Hamden. They have a good vision, good school. I think you went there, correct? If I'm not wrong. But it's an amazing environment. I went visit first as a coach, and I love it. So I'm like, I think I would love my daughter to come in to the school, So she came and she fell in love with the environment, with everything else. And then I accepted the job, and we had an amazing season. Amazing girls, young women that are not just great soccer players, but great kids, great people. That for me, it was a learning process as well.
And you took that program and you did it from, you took it from a team that has never gone to states to a team that was a co-champion. So can you explain what you did in the program that turned the team around and made history at the school?
Yeah, I think, it's, again, I didn't follow before what was happening with the program, but when I first went to see them play in the summer, it was a summer league that we're not allowed to coach, but I went and watched one of their games, and I'm like, oh my God, I have a quality, So I kind of got the players, especially the seniors. We graduated 7 seniors, and they bought the idea of, reaching for the highest, for the goal. I think since that summer, I text them, we were in contact with the captains. I'm like, listen, we can do it. Usually takes years for a program to turn around, but I think we can do on year 1. And I don't know if that sticks to their heads, and they were very focused. And every game, they gave more than I expected, and it was amazing. We ended up winning, as a co-champion in the States.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This has been QNN Sports alongside Everson Maciel. I am Danielle Filardi. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.